Thank you for joining us on the Bearcat Sports Network. We are pleased to be joined by men's and women's cross-country coach Michael Mendez this afternoon, here to preview this year's upcoming men's and women's cross-country seasons. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's a new year, fresh start. Tell me a little bit about what you got coming back this year. We'll start with the men's side.
Sure. I think the highlight of the returners anyways, would be Benjamin Richter. He's going to be a sophomore for us this year. He was our top performer last year, all academic for us, top performer at the region. I think he was 50th last year as a freshman, which was pretty good. I think only a couple of freshmen in front of him. So we're excited to have him back. He's looking pretty good, and we've got a couple others also that they've got some work to do. So we'll see how that goes.
A lot of new faces joined the program this year. You have 14 incoming freshmen on the men's team. What can we look for from the underclassmen this year?
Man, it's been a blessed season of recruiting. I've spent some time, and I think some of the people who we have now have been a foundation for us and for this season of successful recruiting. And I've really, although I've taken the recruiting trail very, very seriously amongst all areas, I spent extra time really trying to build up the distance program this past year, and you can see, and we certainly invested a lot of time and effort in building that side. And if you know anything about this conference, it's very challenging and a very difficult distance conference, and it's just really hard to make an immediate impact. So I think we've got a good foundation, and we've got some goals in place, but I'm excited and I feel good about it. And I really like the group we have, and they're out there every morning and sometimes afternoons as well, working hard together, so that's really cool to see.
Good to hear. As the season gets rolling, how is the team dynamic taking shape? What do you think the personality of the team is?
Yeah, it's I think we had, I have to say it, I think we had one of the best days in men's cross-country history just a couple of days ago. We had a workout where I had one guy who had to sit out on one of the intervals, had to kind of take care of something, come back, and he had an interval by himself, and it was a mile. And I had, unbeknownst to me, the kids decided to run with him in that workout and kind of pace him through each of his laps. And that was indicative of the team unity that we have going on right now. And it was so humbling to see that. And I think that is representation of what I expect over the next 6 to 12 weeks of competition. I should say 6 to 8 weeks of competition. And really excited. My number one goal is team unity and closeness. With cross country, it's got to be a team effort. You get stuck out there on your own, it's not a good environment, and it's really difficult to do well. And so we're trying to build a culture. We're really young. We're trying to keep everybody healthy, establish some of the training principles that we believe in, and I want to see some of that team dynamic really develop, because I think we're not going to be as successful as I think we can until they have that team unity. And I've seen some of it. I'm very excited, and I expect to see that over the next season.
Yeah, being able to push each other is probably a big aspect of cross country. What can we look for from the team this season? What do you expect as far as goals and what you want to see out of them?
Yeah, number one is going to be the team dynamic, and I'm really looking forward to that. I really want to see that happen. They're very young. It's really challenging to adapt to the distance at the collegiate level versus what they run in high school. So it's almost double. In fact, it's over double. So at the regional meet, they'll run over double what they raced in cross country a year ago. So you can only have those expectations. So anyways, with that being said, that's why we're focused on the team unity. That's why we're focused on hard work ethic. We're focusing on staying healthy, really building a good foundation for what's to come. And I think some of them did their job over the summer, and I think some have a little bit more to go. And if we could place in the top half in the conference, if we can, have a regional, hopefully if we place in the top half, we'll have a regional team, and then let them kind of, earn their right as underclassmen. So.
Good to hear. We'll switch over to women's cross country. You have a similar situation with that roster as well, with 8 incoming freshmen and a group with no seniors. What are you looking for from such a young group, both on and off the field, and what kind of leadership have you seen grow with such a young group?
Yeah, man, it's an interesting dynamic. It's a little bit different than the men. the men have like this whole swagger going on, and the women really have what I have with the women is a smaller subset of individuals who really want to earn it. And so, not that the men don't, but the women, they really want to earn it. And we've got some great personalities there. Some are just kind of grinders; they're just here to work. And some want to work, but they want to have fun while they do it, and they're a pleasure to be around. And so, with that, Karis Johnson is really my leader out there at this point, and she's going to be between her and some of those freshmen. I'm interested to see how everybody kind of plays out, but this has been a developing program. And I think that Karis is going to have some success this year. And I think that the freshmen, as the workouts have kind of been going, keeping them healthy, I'm really excited about what they can do. And right now we're just trying to get people closer. So we don't want, the men are going to have a little bit tighter, the women are a little bit stretched out. And so as we mentioned, team, we're trying to get this training going. We're trying to get people to help each other. And right now we're a little bit spread out from 1 through 5. So we'll see kind of how all that plays out, and we've got a couple freshmen that have some ability, and some returners as well.
That's my next question. What new faces can we expect to see, maybe possibly pop into that top 5?
Yeah, I think Jaden Shelton is going to be right up there, and I say 2 of our returning sophomores are looking pretty fit. If you look at the times that they ran last year in cross country and just compare them to what they're about to do, you'll wonder, like, did they, is this the same people? Is this the same couple of girls? So that's really good to see. I'm really excited for them. They've earned it. That's really what it takes. I think they had great summers. So as far as mentioning returners, we got some freshmen coming, obviously, and Jaden's going to be one of them. We've got Peyton. That's also looking pretty fit, and I think that whole top 5 will include them. And then we've got some more middle distance athletes that are going to get in there and mix things up as well. Tori Fulgham and Caitlin Shutt. We'll see kind of how they play into this top 7. And like I said, all I've seen is workouts, so we'll see.
What hopes do you have as far as placing in goals for the season on the women's side?
We've talked about this, and we've gotten really excited in the past, and we've thought that we were at this level or that level of competition and what we were ready for. But the conference meet is just so far and so from now, and we have goals of being healthy, working progressions as we do, and really building the foundation for the future. And as long as we're healthy, as long as we're working hard for each other, and I think that they can do well. And I think we'll do better than we have in the last couple of years, because if you talk to any of my girls, returners or not, we just haven't fared well once the conference comes around. So fingers crossed for this year. We're excited.
Well, we look forward to following the men's and women's cross-country teams this season. The action begins on Saturday, September 5th at the Early Bird Meet in St. Louis. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.